Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life of Barney. And today I'm going to show you how to set up your Weber Smokey Mountain for grilling. The Weber Smokey Mountain has two configurations. You can set it up for smoking, but if you want to get anything north of about 325, 350 degrees and get up into those 400 temps, you have to configure it for grilling. And what I'll show you in a minute here when we start disassembling the Weber Smokey Mountain is that the charcoal can actually be placed at the bottom, or it can also be placed halfway up, because the charcoal grate will actually fit on the tabs where your water pan would normally sit. So let's take a minute. We're going to deconstruct the Weber Smokey Mountain, and I'll show you how I assemble it for grilling and how I get it lit for grilling at those higher temperatures. All right, come on in here. Let's take a look as I take this all apart. You should all be familiar with the anatomy of your Weber Smokey Mountain by now, even fresh out of the box. They give you little diagrams on how to set it up. We have the bottom bowl, okay? Normally, if you come in here and take a quick look, there's a few bolts with nuts on them, 2 and 3. This is where your charcoal grate will normally rest, right next to your 3 vents. Here, open these up so you can actually see where they are. The thing is, with the charcoal on the bottom, it's a long distance from the bottom to the top grill. What happens is you lose a lot of heat in the process. If you want higher temps, you need to bring the charcoal closer to the cooking surface. Okay? So we've got our vents open. We've removed the charcoal grate. I'll put the midsection on, and what I've already done, just because it is a bit of a messy job depending on how you do it, is I've moved the charcoal grate to the top. Now come take a look, I'll show you. There are the water pan tabs sticking out halfway down. And just be real careful. You see I have some leftover charcoal from the last time I used this. Place it carefully on those tabs. Make sure you got your grill gloves on, because it'll be a little dirty in there. Now you've got it at a higher position. However, something to note, you do have to limit how much you can put on your grill, because you're now only going to be able to put the top grill on. Personally, when I set the Weber Smokey Mountain up for grilling temperatures, I prefer to use lump charcoal instead of the briquettes. I haven't done a taste test using the briquettes versus the lump charcoal, but I've learned a lot from my dad and how he uses his Weber Smokey Mountain. One of the things he says is you taste a bit of a difference when you cook with briquettes in the grilling fashion versus the lump charcoal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my big bag of lump charcoal here, and I'm going to fill up the charcoal ring. You'll notice in the charcoal ring I filled it completely. Something to keep in mind for when you fill your charcoal ring when you're going to be doing some grilling. Things that come to mind. Do you need a hot side and a cool side in case you have to take things away from the heat if they're cooking faster than everything else on the grill? That's a big one, and if you do, only fill the ring up halfway. Use your barbecue cleaner, the scraping brush, or some kind of a tool to bring all of the charcoal over to one side. That's where the heat will be, on one side of the grill, and you have a cool spot. In this particular method, and what I'm doing later this evening, I don't need a cold section because I need the entire grill at the same temperature, which is why I filled it up all the way. This is called a heating element. You can pick them up at Crappy Tire. They're about 20 bucks or so Canadian. It just connects into a regular 120 volt outlet. So I've got my trusty extension cord here that I use for anything I need outdoors. Take your heating element and put it right in the middle of your charcoal. Come on in here and take a look at what I'm doing. Okay, I've put it right down the middle. Brush some charcoal back over top. There we go. Okay, good little mix. Plug your heating element in. Leave it alone. We'll check on this in about 10 minutes. but we're probably looking at about a 6 to 8 inch diameter circle of white hot charcoal. When we have something about that big, we can take the heating element out, leave all the vents open so it can continue heating. But by the time your heated area of charcoal gets that big, the heating element isn't helping anymore. The oxygen flowing through the vents can take over and help the rest of the charcoal get to that higher temperature. So I'll check back with you folks in just a few minutes, 10 minutes to be exact. Okay, so we're just over 10 minutes, actually about 15 minutes. Come on in here and take a look at the progress of the charcoal. I don't want to get my hand too far in there, even though I've got gloves on, but you'll see, hopefully you guys can see with the lighting and whatnot. We've got our 6 inch or so white hot and extra hot underneath ring that I'm looking for. I'm going to disconnect the heating element. Then we're going to let this ride for maybe another 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I'm going to open the side door as well for extra oxygen to get in for more combustion. Again, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, maybe not, but folks that are just tuning into the channel now, the thing about charcoal barbecues, you have to start with enough heat in the first place to maintain the heat going forward. If you put everything together and you don't have enough of the charcoal lit, you'll never get enough heat coming up from it to pull in more oxygen. I'll see you guys shortly. Hey gang, so here we are. Did I just say hey gang? What is this, the 90s? We're at 30 minutes, a bit longer than I really needed to let it warm up, but come take a look. We've got all that white hot and red hot underneath. This Weber Smokey Mountain is about to be fully configured for grilling. Don't forget, only the top grate will fit on the top markers or the top tabs where this rests on. But here we go. I'm going to grab my grill brush, clean this up, close it up, get the food finished prepping inside and bring it out here. But now you know how to set up your Weber Smokey Mountain for grilling to get those higher temperatures, 400 and above. I wouldn't be surprised if this is at 500. So you may have to fidget with the vents to get the exact temperature you're looking for, but at least now you know how to get it started if you want to do some grilling on your Weber Smokey Mountain. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Slap the like button if this was helpful. Subscribe if you're not already, that way you know when I'm uploading new videos, and leave a comment down below. How do you like to get your Weber Smokey Mountain started up for grilling? Or what kind of things do you like to grill? I'll talk to you folks soon, and don't tell my parents I was smoking in the backyard. I'll see you next time.